we have some redundancies here. In passing 32-420. Health Department. Does anybody have a problem with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services?
Eric, you're going to have to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. And I got you unmuted, Scott.
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
All right. Move to approve 32-4-20.
Support.
It's moved and supported. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next topic is Sheriff's Department autopsy services.
I have no questions. It's the same rate as it's been.
Right.
It's a deal. It's a
It
deal.
is the same. It's $1,000.
My only question is, who sets that rate? The individual?
They do. And actually, both Denise and I were very surprised that since Dr. Cho was taking over for Verani, though they work together at Oakland County. And there is, such a limited number of forensic pathologists in Michigan that we thought he was probably going to want to really bump up the rate. And Doc Wagner, I think, thought that too, don't you, Denise, when we had the conversation with him? But then as Denise started having conversations with Dr. Cho directly, and Doc Wagner, I said, could you please ask him the question before we get too far down the road? He said, we'll just do everything the same. I'm like, let's hurry and get this thing signed, sealed, and delivered.
Absolutely.
Before he changes his mind. So, and as you'll note, Dr. Verani's retiring effective April 30th. So this goes into effect on May 1. So we really, really do need to take this up in this month.
Yep.
I see that J. Daniel Klein is still our medical examiner.
Well, he's the primary on the contract, but Doc Wagner does most everything. He's the deputy or assistant.
Okay. They work together still.
Yep.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm fine.
Good.
I move to approve.
34. Move to approve 34-4-20.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, got it.
Eric, there's a huge delay on you talking.
I'm not noticing that, Scott.
No?
No.
I'm having a problem finding my
there-
agenda. Oh, here it is. I have in my book, here we go, 6-1-16.
Kevin,
Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah, that's Kevin.
That's Kevin, yes. You got anything to tell us, Kevin?
You gotta unmute yourself, Kev. There you go.
No, I don't have anything to tell you. I read through it again, and we must have not changed much over the last 10 years because I couldn't find even a comma to change. It reads very accurate. It covers everything that I can think of as far as a key policy should be.
So that was
the only
the
difference
question I had. Go ahead, Jim.
The only difference I saw, I personally have my locksmith keep track of all my keys. I don't know if that's something that should be considered for the county or not.
Well, we are the locksmith.
You are your own locksmith?
Pretty much.
Okay.
aren't we, Kev?
What do you mean? We actually make the keys?
We cut our own keys. We cut so many keys, Scott, that we bought a key machine. We buy
Okay.
blanks. We provide them ourselves.
Okay.
We do use Jeff at the key shop when we rekey buildings. Clearly, there's a master code that's set up, and the locksmith will always keep those, as Commissioner Geisler advised. But we keep copies of all those because Jeff won't be there forever, and we will be. So.
You cut your own masters though,
We
is what
do.
you're saying.
We
If you
do.
want to duplicate a master, you do it.
We do, yes.
Okay.
So my question is, this has, the sole responsibility lies within the operations manager, as I read that, correct?
Yep.
Well, or Kevin, he was, that was your title, right, Kevin? The operations manager or the unit manager of like the sheriff. He keeps his own keys, right?
Right, the sheriff, the outlier, the mosquito in the parks, we really don't get in the middle of those as office buildings. That's why that language was included, Scott, was so that for the courts and for the county building, juvenile center, those kind of facilities, clearly we are. But the sheriff has security needs with specific keys at the jail. Clearly wouldn't want copies of those floating around somewhere. So we leave the jail administrator through the sheriff to tell us what keys they need. They hand us the blanks and then we cut them on our machine and hand them back. It's just a
And
heightened
so
level.
what
of
happens,
security.
so what happens if the current operations manager gets hit by a beer truck?
They can still go back to the keymaster, right?
Well, when we say operations manager, you're referring to myself and my staff of building managers at each building in effect. And they're following my direction on how to make keys. So it's not a one person, it's a team that handles keys as based on whatever building they're in.
Well, that certainly wasn't, that
Go
didn't
ahead.
show up in the discussion.
Yeah,
I understand how that is. I just want to know what happens if, we put all this responsibility on one individual. If that person, unfortunately has an accident or something. But you're saying that we've got it covered?
We can word it any way you'd like. In effect, that's how it is. I mean, it's like any operation that's in charge of any department. If the finance director is mowed over on his way home, there are others who have the passwords to get into software. I see that. And I guess I don't consider this a lot different. We maintain the access of the keys in a public meeting. I'm not about to tell you, the combination to the secret drawer, but more than one person knows those, and they're within my supervision. When I'm no longer there, the next person will effectively be the buck stops here kind of guy. But no matter what you're doing, there's somebody under you that generally is carrying out those marching orders. We have arrangements with locksmiths. I can put all that in the policy, but in effect, it doesn't change anything. The idea of the policy was that you as an employee can't go to the hardware store and cut 6 extra keys to your office or to the building. And the keys have almost gone away because all of the real access is done by key fob and it's electronic at these days. And that's really helped us greatly. And that is identified in there as that. And again, I can do it, but Tom Maneri is a whole lot quicker at it than I am and understands the nuances as well of the access controls at each building because that's within his job description in facilities.
Do you use any submasters?
Yes.
You
Yes.
do.
All of the buildings are arranged that way. There's a grand master that really is carried only by perhaps the sheriff and fire department. And sheriff came in after 9/11, the need for complete access to the public buildings. Fire departments have the same issue for calls in the middle of the night. Beyond that, for example, Bridget carries a departmental master that will get her into any of her staff doors in her suite.
Actually,
but not really getting in. Yeah, I wasn't going to tell everybody that. But since you brought it up, yes, she's the exception.
Me. You should be able to
She still
trust me.
signs my time card. She wants one of those, she can have one. So,
We're in trouble if we can't trust me.
Well, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Support.
and supported. Any further
Yeah.
discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Am I missing anything?
Yeah,
Parks Director,
Yep, Parks Direct 30-3-20.
And
I have no questions on this. Move to approve 30-3-20.
yeah.
That's the
support.
$10,000.
Correct.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Health Department.
Health Department, we went through that one too. Health Department Smith's amendment.
We already did that.
You did it in finance.
You did it in
No, we did it here
Health
too.
department's done. We need to do the census grant.
Okay.
Which one we got left? The census?
Right.
Okay.
And
I
I
have no
moved,
issues with this grant.
yeah, I moved to approve.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Claims?
I had no issues with the bills.
I had none either.
Okay.
I assume these were
Bills.
the three different
Right.
timeframes, right?
Yeah, yep. No, I just need to figure out how to get everybody to sign the sheet, but
Aha.
Can you,
I'm working on that. I have a couple more to come down, so.
Mike, can you send it and we can sign and scan and back? Would that help?
Yeah, I think so. We could, yeah, I think you could even do that on your iPad or it comes up as a PDF and you can sign it with your finger. I don't know if everybody has the iPad pencils or whatever. Yeah, let me try that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Or can you just bring it to BOC?
Yeah, I can leave them down there.
Well, remember, the board meeting is going to be virtual.
Right.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I would just ask Jessica earlier, she didn't know, but Mark's gonna do it
Yes.
virtual.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we can always wait and get the authorized signatures later. We have this recorded that you all approved it, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Just in case anyone tries to deny it later.
Yeah. So I move to approve all the claims.
Support.
Okay. And how about the old contracts?
Wait, we got to vote on the claims first.
Up, vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the old contracts?
The recurring is only one. It's the inmate medical. It's really a
Right.
third-party administrator contract with Blue Cross so that we get preferred discount rates for the inmates out at the jail.
And I'm good with that.
Move to approve the contract.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You guys are pros.
Move for, entertain a motion.
Move to
To
adjourn.
adjourn.
It's been moved and supported. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Good to see
Everybody be safe, please. Take care.
Alrighty.